All right, guys, we've got a 2004 Big Dog Chopper Softail motorcycle for sale. This bike currently has 11,957 very well cared for miles. Now this particular bike is equipped with the gloss black base paint job, and then you've got some pinstriping on the bike. Definitely a very, very classy paint job. Now in 2004, Big Dog equipped these bikes with the extremely powerful 1,750cc 107 cubic inch S&S V-twin motor. They equipped the bikes with a 6-speed Baker transmission. You have PM disc brakes, and they also equipped the bikes with PM polished billet wheels. They definitely didn't spare any expenses when they built this bike. Up front, you've got a 21-inch rim, and in the rear, you've got an 18-inch rim with a gigantic 250mm tire. Definitely gives the bike that classic chopper look. The bike does have a few additions to it. First off, you've got the rear passenger pegs. What that will allow you to do is to add a pillion pad or two-up seat on that rear fender to facilitate a second passenger. You've got the Martin Brothers custom exhaust system, 2-in-1. Looks like it was a chrome finish and someone has painted it with some sort of coating. Looks like it's flaking off a little bit down here, so that could be redone. You've got a custom air intake. You have a solo tribal flamed mirror. And then you also have a tool roll bag to facilitate some extra gear. Always nice to throw on your registration or bottled water, something like that. So the bike is also equipped with the latest electrical upgrade by Moto Gadget. It's the Moto Gadget EHC, or electronic harness controller. I have just had that replaced a few weeks ago because the factory EHC was giving me some issues, so I went ahead and spent the money and had that done. So you should be good to go there. The bike is in good shape. It's not a show bike. It is a 2003 and does have 11,000 miles on it, so it does have some wear and tear. I'd rate the bike at a 8.5 out of a 10. We'll go ahead and do some close-ups for you. We've got that rear Avon tire that has really good tread on it. The individual I purchased from said he replaced the tires 2 years ago, but it had very minimal mileage. So I'm going to say the tire has 75% tread remaining. It probably has more than that, but just to give you an idea. Rear fender's in okay shape. It looks like this had some pinstriping on it and someone has buffed it, and so it has faded out the pinstriping. That could always be redone fairly easy, but just want to point out as much as possible. Rear fender has a pretty significant scratch here, actually two of them. I'd say the first one is approximately 4 inches long, the other one is 3 inches long. There's a few other surface scratches and blemishes, but nothing crazy. That's why I'm doing the video, so you have a better idea of what kind of condition the bike is in. Polish billet, could use some elbow grease and some polishing. It's very common on the bikes. If you don't keep up on it, you do have to cut and polish it, and it does take some time to do it, but you can definitely make it look quite a bit better. In fact, there's some guys that I've seen, their bikes look pretty terrible, and they've ended up making them look almost like new. So that rear brake rotor does have some blemishing on it, a little bit of rust spots, probably from getting some moisture on there and not being wiped off immediately. But again, it is a 2003, so pretty common on something of this age. Yeah, BDM solo seat is in fair shape. Light blemishes from your jeans dragging on and off while getting on and off the bike. The Martin Brothers exhaust system, again, I'd point out that it has some sort of coating on it, and that is starting to flake off, so that could be redone to look better. Sounds absolutely amazing though. It's definitely a good sounding exhaust system. Electrical covers are in fair shape. Maybe some light rock chips from the open road. Gas tank, you've got the same scenario with that pinstriping. Someone has buffed that, and it has taken some of the pinstriping off. Guess you could call it a ghost pinstriping if you wanted, but you've got a couple chips here in the paint. Overall, it's in decent shape. It's definitely a nice bike. Hand controls are in fair shape. Again, could use a little bit of polishing on the billet. You've got just the one mirror on the left side, and then someone's put a bolt in here more or less for aesthetic reasons. Rocker boxes, rocker box covers are in good shape. No pitting chrome, no major blemishes there. Maybe some light surface scratches from being dusted off throughout the course of the bike's life. Engine's in pretty decent shape. You do have some light staining on the engine fins or the jugs. Pretty common of a bike of this age. Forward foot controls, you've got some rubber that's a little worn out. Could use some polishing on the billet as well. Bottom of the frame does have some scrapes. These bikes sit so low to the ground, it's nearly impossible to prevent that from happening. The down tubes on the frame are in pretty decent shape. Yeah, a couple light rock chips just from riding the bike. In this bag, the strap is broken there. It still functions, so I'm just going to leave that on, and if you want to take it off, you can, if you end up purchasing the motorcycle. Grips are in decent shape. Rubber's probably getting a little worn out just from being used over the years. This looks like a aftermarket headlight. Handlebars are in fair shape. So the front turn signals have been relocated. You've got some LED strips right there and also right there. They do function as they should, so that should pass any safety inspection. Front fender is in decent shape. You do have some areas where it's been touched up, right there and there. Again, not a show bike, so there are some blemishes, and again, that's why I'm doing the video, to give you a better idea what the condition is. Polish build on the front wheel is pretty similar to the rear wheel. It will need some polishing to look better, but it's not totally gone. It's in decent shape. So front Avon tire has good tread. I'd say you're 75% on this as well. Definitely should get some life out of it. You can see that faded pinstriping on the front fender. Front brake rotor has some oxidation, maybe some light rust just from getting some moisture on there and not being wiped off immediately. Gas tank on the side's in fair shape, with the exception of some surface scratches from being dusted off with a dust cloth. Engine on this side. This is a 10-year anniversary bike. You can see the emblem on the ignition cover. Forward foot controls over here could use some polishing as well. The rubber's a little worn out, but nothing too crazy bad. Primary cover is in decent shape. Looks like you might have a little bit of a scrape right there. Electrical cover's in good shape on the side. There is a sticker on here. I didn't take it off, so that's up to you whether you would like to take that off or not. Kickstand's in decent shape. These always have a little bit of wear and tear around where they go up and down. Rear passenger peg, again, could use some polishing to look perfect, look better. Rear swing arms in decent shape. Looks like there's some a few scuffs and nicks. License plate holders in fair shape. Could use some polishing as well to look better, but not bad. Polish built on this side on the rear wheels in decent shape. Again, could use some polishing, but definitely not too far gone where you can't resurrect it. All right, let's go ahead and fire it up for you. Alright, so there you have it. Definitely shows the bike runs extremely well. Rides even better. Definitely a blast to ride. If you guys do have any questions, definitely don't hesitate to either shoot me an email or give me a phone call. My direct line is 801-564-0629. Again, that's 801-564-0629. Another great way to track our inventory is to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Whenever we get new inventory, that will go up on our channel. Another great way to follow our inventory is to hop over to our direct website at www.utahchopper.com. If you want to find out more information about the bike and asking price, you can go to the listing description on YouTube and it will give you that information. I definitely appreciate your time and also look forward to the possibility of working with you. So thank you so much.